Welcome to the Love and Victory Show with Val, where we will bring you candid conversation. In each conversation, we will talk about real life ups and downs while tackling unresolved matters. We will also unmask issues and truly speak straightforward and candid about our needs and brokenness, while allowing ourselves to exhale so that we can become victorious. This is a place where you can be open to the possibilities of living life in abundance while gaining tools to become bold and complete. So let's get to it. All righty then, we are back on here and it is time for the conversation. But before we get going, we're going to do the acronym.
Yes.
All righty then, let's go with that.
Let us first introduce our guests on the show today.
Okay.
Today we have
There you go.
what's y'all last name? Hodges?
Without the S.
Hodges. Okay, yeah. And we also have the Longs on the show today. So Trae, on behalf of you and your spouse, I'll let you introduce yourselves, if you will.
Absolutely. Well, I am the one and only. No, just fine. My name is Trae Hodge. This is my lovely, beautiful, gorgeous, one of a kind.
You drag.
Well, okay. My beautiful wife. I just tried to measure up to Justin. Yeah. It's my beautiful wife, Logan Hodge.
All right. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Hey, and JB, introduce yourself and your lovely wife over there, if you will.
All right. Well, I am Justin B. Long, author and podcast host and business owner and a myriad of other things. And I'm also the very fortunate husband of Dr. Erica Lacher, who is the owner of the veterinary clinic that we have, and also an author and a speaker and a variety of many, many other amazing things.
Oh,
All right.
Wisdom.
okay. I need some of that wisdom this morning. Come on, you already been dropping some gems.
Now, Justin, you've been on the show for 2 or 3 years now. This is the first.
Justin is going to tell you how many years. How long you been on the show, Justin?
This is my 37th appearance.
Yes,
I
37.
made that up. I don't know how many.
And so this is the first time for Miss Erica on the show today. So I want to say, all the people already know you, Justin. So we just want to say welcome to you, Miss Erica, for the first time being on the show today. So
Yes. Thank you,
I feel
Miss
like
Erica.
I'm on it a lot because I'm in the background, but
You're
first time in
always.
front of the camera.
aha.
There you go. All righty then. We're going to now go to the acronym and get this conversation going.
Yes, so today's acronym is LISTEN.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
L is for learn, gain knowledge or understanding through experience or study. I is for interpret, explain or make sense of meaning. S is for speak, express thoughts, feelings, or information verbally. T is for trust, firm belief in the reliability, truth, or ability of someone. E is for empathize, understand and share another's feelings. N is for nurture, support and encourage growth or development.
Oh, I like that. That's actually very good, especially and that was tied in very well for our conversation. Hear me out. So when you guys heard the title, that's all you get when it's time for the conversation. What was your first thought? And I'm gonna turn over here to you, Erica. When you heard "Hear Me Out" as a title, what did you first think? What came to your mind?
A lot of rage at some people that I need to work on.
Not me.
See earlier conversation about it's not about me, but sometimes I have trouble remembering that. And I think for me that title is, really sitting down with someone upon reflection and getting the rage out, that we really need to sit down and talk to each other and have a conversation back and forth as opposed to at each other instead of to each other.
Yes. Okay. And you, Justin, when you heard that title, what did you first think?
I don't know. It sounds like conflict to me. And I have an aversion to conflict, but alongside my aversion to conflict, I tend towards conflict. So I don't know what that says about me. I'm a conflicted person.
Conflicted.
Yeah. But the first thing I thought about was my communication with Erica versus my communication in my first long-term relationship. And the difference that the communication level is and the difference that adds to the quality of the relationship. And I think that is such a big deal to be able to hear the other person's perspective
Mhm.
And I heard, I don't even remember where it was at. I heard one time somebody say that if you're really listening, you need to be able to present the other person's argument effectively.
Oh, I
And
like
that
that.
that has always stuck with me. And I think I can, when I measure where I'm at in a conversation, whether or not I can present the other person's argument, I know if I'm listening or
Listening.
or not
That's
listening.
real good. That's real good. Okay, and I'm gonna bring it on into the studio. Brother Carter, when you heard that title or when you saw that title, what did you think?
Mhm. Well, personally, when I seen the subject here, hear me out. That tends to mean for me in my relationship with you
Oh, okay.
is to not try to fix the issues in our lives, but just let you just express it and get it out of your system almost. And as a man, that's a fixer by nature,
Mhm.
and sometimes it's just difficult to just sit back and just listen. But I'm working on it, and y'all pray for me. And so 'cause I don't like to listen too long at something, and then when it's too long, it kind of get to me. So
Okay,
You
so
got a shot clock on it.
that's fair. So what you're saying, be measured in my delivery of something. We're gonna get to that,
Yeah.
and I appreciate you being honest.
but you gonna get straight up from me now.
Okay, so for me, when coming up with that title, we were
Mhm.
sitting down talking, Kelsey and I, and
Mhm.
Aaron. The reason I put that, I put it out there, we came up with it, is that I think a lot of times, as you said, and
Laws don't listen to me all.
no,
Oh,
no, a lot of times we think that we're hearing what the other person is saying, or we are answering, or we're giving them the advice based off of what we think they're saying. And like Justin said, we haven't even heard it. You can't even articulate it back because you've jumped in to want to give your advice so that you can move on.
Mhm.
And I think it's really important for whether it's in a personal, a marital relationship, a friendship, or just someone that you have to work with on a day-to-day basis, is to get to a place that you start to allow a person to just hear them out.
Mhm.
And so I
Nine
want to,
times out of 10, a conversation turns into an argument because the recipient already have a response ready before they even listen to what I jumped myself, didn't
you did.
I? got ahead of the schedule.
You did.
Okay.
You did. You did. But that's
All right.
okay. But that is the truth, though. A lot of times you hear it, what you think, it goes back to you hearing what you think needs to be said versus what that person is saying. So
Mhm.
I'm going to move it on over here to you. When you heard the title, what did you think?
Well, I mean, when I first heard it, obviously I felt that it was going to be something about communication,
Mhm.
right? But when I think about it with us,
Good.
usually
Same thing.
usually if one of us say "hear me out," is usually nonsense followed after that.
Mhm.
Just for instance,
I love it.
just for instance, we would have talked about, hey, we're going to cook all week.
Mhm.
And then he'll come in and be like, wait, hear me out.
Hear me out.
What if we don't do that
Yeah.
and get this instead?
Yeah. What if we just,
So just little stuff like that. But I was like, I figured y'all wouldn't be talking about that
Yeah.
specifically, but
Yeah.
for communication.
Yeah.
Communication,
of some
yes.
sort.
Changing the plan midstream.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh God. Okay, I'm going to you, Trae.
yes, that is exactly what I was thinking as well.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, then. So if we are all on the same page and we're talking about communication and we're talking about how our none or our communication is affecting people that are close to us or even people that we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis, I want to dig into this conversation and I'm going to throw a question out. And I want anybody just
Before you throw the question out, the beauty of this having this conversation today, in my opinion, is that we have couples.
yes.
People are in the same household.
Yes.
And so if we use our own experiences, 9 times out of 10, somebody else out the hundreds and millions and billions of people out there that are listening and viewing the show today, they're going to are experiencing some of the same things. So at the end of the day, hopefully we can help ourselves and be able to help somebody down the road.
And you guys can also in the comments, please throw in your comments, experience, or thoughts along the way. So thank you, Brother Carter. I told you that's why he's the baddest co-host ever.
If you just hear me out, just listen to me sometime, you know.
Oh God, so petty. Okay, why does it really mean? What does it really mean to listen, and why does so many people struggle with it? And I'm going to take that first to Justin.
I think that just as human beings, the way our brains function, we try to predict everything so we can be prepared for everything. And as soon as you say 5 words out of a sentence, my brain is trying to predict the rest of your thought. And I'm no longer listening to you because I'm trying to guess what it is that you're going to say and then formulate a response. So that by the time you pause for a breath, I'm ready. And I miss out on everything that you had to say after those first 5 words. So that's just a instinctual function of the brain to try to save energy and be as efficient as possible, right?
But are we really being efficient?
No, absolutely not. It's terrible. Do a
It's
terrible
horrible.
job at it. But
Okay,
a million years from now, maybe we'll be better at it.
I'm going to ask the doc. You know, you may work on horses, but I'm going to ask you that same question. And if you could answer that question, but also respond to what Justin just said from a relationship standpoint, your relationship.
Yeah, and I would say for both of us as a second relationship, I will echo what he said in that I am the worst at, we're coming into this conversation and my goal is to win because I'm very competitive. And that is probably the biggest thing that I have had to work on growing up. You know, whether it's with Justin or with clients or staff or whatever, right? That the goal is not to win the argument. It is to move, it is to listen, to hopes, dreams, fears, concerns, and to move things forward. So, you know, certainly for me, it has had to be stop your brain from forming the perfect counter argument to the first 5 words and move forward. I think one of the things that we did coming into this relationship is we very consciously spoke about how we were going to communicate. And so it has been very different than my first marriage, for sure. We absolutely have the space to say, you know, either we're not going to have this conversation right now because one of us is not participating appropriately. It's probably me. But either way, like, we're not participating appropriately. Take 5, come back, right? Or we are in partnership on this. How do we take this conversation we're trying to have and move it forward? And an example of that is the other day, I was trying to explain a potential purchase or not purchase of a piece of equipment. And we converse so differently. It's not even funny. I want 3 big picture bullet items, and then I will go from there. Justin wants every detail that there is, and then he will take all of those details and put it together. And, you know, so what I've done previously is been mad that you're not happy with my 3 big picture bullet points. He's been mad that I'm not happy with his details, where I'm sitting over here going, please stop, I'm bored. What's the point?
Okay, I feel you.
Okay, we haven't got to you yet.
And so we both have created a space where we're each allowed to say, like, what's the point? Or I need more details because I don't understand quite where you're going. And we've had to very consciously stop and say that to each other. And, you know, it certainly, it used to get heated. It only gets heated now when Justin is very hungry. And then I just look at him and say, are you hungry? Okay, we'll continue this later. But, you know, it was absolutely work at the beginning. And it was work we put in willingly and consciously.
Well, the beauty, Ms. Erica, you have, or the advantage, should I say, that you have in disputes in the household, is that Justin has put in work for himself to understand how conversations should go. I know it don't work perfectly all the time, but you do have an advantage with someone that has gone to therapy, that has done the work to understand why we're not
connected right now. Yeah.
Yes. So many of us don't have that advantage, so we end up just kind of arguing, and then we forgot what the original conversation was all about.
And I will say, my scientist brain gets a little upset when he's like, this is what you're doing here, and then I have to go, you're right, that is what I'm doing there. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in other words, you trying to say, let your 3 words matter as much as his 10 words.
Yeah, and I have to just stop and say, like, yeah, you're right. Hold on. Let me give me a minute. Let's regroup. And we'll come back to the conversation.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm going to put a pin there and we're going to come back to that because that's an important topic. I'm going to bring it on in here to Logan. I saw you over here almost gleeing because she was articulating something that just kind of resonated with you. Can you go ahead and tell us, we're a little petty in the room. We want to know what resonated. We're trying to get into the business over here.
I mean, I just started smiling, kind of laughing because we are the exact same when it comes to communication. He wants to do the whole paragraph. And I'm like, what's the point? Just give me the beginning and the end. I don't need all the middle because I can decipher through that. So that's why it was a little funny to me because I was like, man, that's exactly us. Like,
does it make you feel like they try to make you seem like you dumb and don't?
No,
that's how they make me feel.
Well, I'm like, well, can I get to us because you're like them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm the person that like detail.
It's the opposite over here.
I like detail, and so Lawrence, give him the 1, 2, 3 points, and now you guys are helping me to understand. It's like scratching my fingernails on the board. You can't stand that, but I need detail.
Yeah. Just let me know we're going such a place. I don't need you to tell me what to put on to go to such and such place. I know how to dress when I go somewhere.
We weren't talking about clothes. Okay, so I think for me, when I need details of what I'm talking about is I don't necessarily need to give you details, but I need to have dialogue coming back and forth with me. I don't want to it's kind of like you walk in a room and you say, hey, Lawrence, I'm going to go today. I got this, and this going on. And you just go, okay. And
I heard you.
But there's in between, I got this, and this going on. There's a lot of important information that's going to have me doing this, and this. To me, engaging in that is what I know you heard me, but I need dialogue coming back.
Yeah. I think for us, what it is, what I've come to find out is I need external dialogue. Logan needs internal dialogue. So whenever I say something to her, in her mind, she's already going, okay, I need to do this. This is basically what I'm doing.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah, so that's what Brother Carter is doing on the inside. He's thinking, okay, I need to do this. I'm putting all these, connecting the dots. But for me, I have to speak it out loud.
I need to hear it. I need to see that you heard what I'm saying.
Yes.
So,
hear me out, God dog. Y'all better hear me out.
So with that being said, Justin, you need to know that Erica heard what you're saying, or you need to have the whole picture painted out since you like detail, or can you elaborate a little more on that?
Well, I think when we learned that about one another, and we learned it through taking personality tests, and it was such an eye opener for me because before that, when I'm trying to communicate with Erica, I'm giving her 4 pages of information because that's what I've assembled and that's what was important to me, and it was a big disconnect, but that taught me how to communicate effectively with her. I can take all of my information and condense it down and give her the high points. And it taught her how to communicate with me, that she can take her 3 bullet points and expand
a little more.
At least 2 things underneath each one to tell me so that I have a little more.
Maybe just one expansion.
Right.
He cannot have the truth. What you say? He's lying. He needs more.
She's not going to meet me where I want to be, but she's making an effort to give me as much information as she can handle putting together for whatever it is, right?
Okay.
And I think that just recognizing the difference that she's a bullet point person, I'm a full details person, has allowed us to communicate with each other. So I don't go at her with all my information just because that's my style. I understand it's not her style. So I change how I communicate with her in a way that she can hear it most effectively. And that
good.
has made our whole relationship very different.
I think it also helped having that conversation between the two of us. One of the big things for me was really understanding that he's doing it from a place of love.
Mm-hmm.
Like those details are because he wants to make sure. And, you know, that sounds big when you're talking about, I have all of these things in my day and I need an external dialogue, but he's doing it from a place of love, no matter what, to make sure that the best right answer happens as a result of the information coming at him. And that's how his brain is functioning with it. And that was huge for me to understand that and be like, oh, he's not attacking me with, I need more information. He's saying, I need to understand that this is the best right answer.
I got to make sure I'm not dropping the ball because I didn't know about something.
Yeah.
Like,
And I think, and I'm glad that you said that, because I think that in any relationship, you have to understand the two parties are different. That the other person that you're having a conversation, they're going to hear things a certain way and they're going to receive it, you know, maybe differently than you. So that's why it's important that we actually hear the person out. One of the things, if I'm being very transparent, I am a very, there's so many moving parts that happen throughout the day in my life with just a million things. And so when I come home, I need to let it out, you know, and sometimes letting it out may feel like I'm dumping, but I'm letting it out because now I need to have someone that is connected to all of these decisions I have to make, to be present, to be able to articulate, give me some feedback, be able to say, well, you know, did you think about this? Did you think about that? Versus, yes, I heard you. Because you're still leaving that responsibility on the shoulders of one. And then when it goes to the south or it doesn't go the way you expect it to go, it can be detrimental to the house well. So I'm glad. And that's why I really want us to talk. And we want to be honest. We're being honest.
Since we're being honest,
Okay.
you know,
Yes.
you know, sometimes it gets a little difficult to give feedback in a hostile situation, you know, when it's just a regular conversation. But when I interject sometimes, I don't know if you heard what I said or something triggered you or something. I don't know what happened, but it turns into something different than just a conversation.
I think because it takes so long sometimes.
No, I think because I know you got a lot going on. I know you got a lot going on, spinning around. The helicopter just keep on moving, just keep on spinning in your head. I understand that. But so I've learned, you know, you have to learn certain traits in order to just make sure yourself is okay. And I figured out how to compartmentalize things that are going on around me. So, and so my thing is just be quiet about it, right? Just let her just vent it out. Hopefully that she can get it out. You know, seriously, you laughing, man, but I'm serious. Like, I'm learning how to just try to stay there and just let her just vent it out and not interject. Because once that interjection come in, then it turns into more than she just venting.
Yeah.
I think the biggest, and you know,
am I right or wrong?
You own it.
Right.
I think the biggest thing I want you guys to know about for us and the Love and Victory Show, we are very transparent. We're very honest. And the whole reason that we're doing this is that if we are experiencing this, someone else has experienced it. So we're not here to try to be like, oh, they're just sharing their dirty laundry. No, we are in here therapizing. What you call it, baby? Therapizing. And trying to get healing and also be a blessing to someone else. So with that being said, Brother
on the Love and Victory Show, this is a safe place.
Yes.
This is a safe haven for me.
Yes.
The conversation we have on the show I don't necessarily know if I can have that conversation in private.
So petty.
And so-
So petty.
You're in front of witnesses.
He is so petty. He is so petty. So with that being
I be
said,
keeping it real, like the youngsters be saying, to keep it real. I be keeping it real.
I think for me, when I'm trying to communicate, and y'all jump in. So I'm not trying to make this all about us. This is about us. All
No,
of us.
it's about us. But I'm trying to get it out.
So I think part of the problem is that when I'm trying to convey, it's the difference between conveying something that is just as simple as someone stepped on my toes, or someone pissed me off. But when I'm trying to convey something that are big picture items or big things that are going on, I need to have you available and engaging versus
Present.
Yes,
Mhm.
versus just hearing and then moving on, because there has to be a dialogue, because I have to process through something.
Mhm.
Now, if I'm just coming in and I'm just sharing, and so we're talking about triggers, you don't know what, if I'm just coming in and I'm talking about, now, Lawrence, let me tell you what this did,
Mhm.
and then you give me that answer. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I
I know they seen me on Facebook.
ain't never said that, baby.
They like
No.
all my pictures.
No, I ain't never. I don't say that. I'm saying, but can you believe this? And he just kind of go like, "What's?
Yeah.
Come on, Logan."
I think for us, because I will say I do. Well, he actually does that more than I do that to him. As far as like, I'll be talking about something, he'd be like, oh, "Okay," and like just keep it pushing.
Mhm.
But what we like to do is like prep the conversation.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
So whenever I want feedback from something and he's doing something, I'll be like, "Hey, can you talk?"
Mhm.
Because then now he's expected to respond. to
Girl, I can say, "Can you talk?" Oh, good. Mm-mm.
You may need
I was like,
another
hey,
trigger word.
yeah, something else.
You say, "Can you talk to him?" Hit baby anxiety
Shit, I'm
going to the
scared.
top of his head. He like,
I'm scared. There's gonna be some stuff right now. I'm scared right now.
I get that part. I get that
"Oh,
part.
no. Oh, that's the wrong answer all
We just
day."
like to prep the conversation
Yeah.
of what is supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And then the whole like him want to do a whole paragraph, he'll go, "Hey, do you want the short version or the long version?"
Mhm.
So like now I'm not annoyed and he's not annoyed with me being annoyed at him.
And sometimes I prep it with, "Hey, I'm just talking out loud."
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, if I see that she's not really engaged or she's not giving me the feedback.
Okay, so wait.
Yeah, 'cause she trying to watch the game. Here you go when the game coming on. You want to talk now.
No. So that right there,
Mhm.
does that bother you? And please jump in, guys, please. So does it bother you? I feel like that's patronizing when someone is just, I'm gonna give you the short answer so I can move on. Don't just move me on. That is the most annoying thing ever. You can say, "Hey, this is not a good time. Can we come back to it?"
Mhm.
But don't take the conversation in and then give me a one, flip it and move on.
Well, I think it's funny because I do the all the detail sharing that part, but she has more so of the, "Hey, I want to talk to you about this," and she preps it. But I think for us, because we understand
How we
each other and we have certain language and cues that make us either pay attention or just say, "Okay, you're just trying to get it out."
Mhm.
All our defenses are down. Like
Mhm.
we don't be like, "Well, why are you not paying attention?" It's just no, we
Don't take it
prepped it.
personal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've already prepped the conversation, so we kind of understand where this is about to go.
That is so
we just go
good.
from there.
But we just got there, y'all.
Yes,
We-
we did.
We
We're
just
still
got
working
there
on it.
because we did used to feel some type of way.
Yeah.
Like I'll want to talk about something and he'll be like, "Well, I don't." Realistically, he's like, "I don't care about that topic."
Yes.
So I'll be like, "Well, you don't care about me?"
Yeah,
And then-
that's what you heard.
Yeah.
And then being the detail person, I try to, in my mind, put it into just big picture words so I can just give her what she needs. That's the most difficult thing ever.
Yes, because you're trying to fix it, and she's not asking you. She's not asking your
So-
ass to fix anything. She just wants you to hear me.
Yeah.
Okay.
What the Longs have to say about
Yeah.
this?
What y'all got to say on this?
I think for me, Erica is interested in a whole lot of things that I do not care about, right? But in those moments, and she usually wants to talk about it when I'm reading a book or doing something. And
So
like,
petty.
I don't care about that. I want to read my book, right? But I have to remind myself that it doesn't have to be important to me because it's important to her. And she's important to me. So I will put my book down or whatever it is that I'm doing and talk about it with the mindset that I don't care about what the thing is, but she needs to work through this and I need her to work through it. So I'm going to work with her. And so this is, for me, it's about her. It's not about the thing. And then I can get through something that is less important to me, but it's important to her.
That's a bunch of selflessness.
That right there, it's very
selfless.
Selfless.
Yes. Selflessness.
That's real. And how does that make you feel when he does that?
Well, I try to catch myself and realize that he's in the middle of a good section of a book, and now is probably not the right time. There's usually a sigh associated with his selflessness.
I'm not perfect.
Can you just give us a visual of that? What does that look like? Since you get our vision.
There's a small eye roll as well. Yeah. So I try to get better at it. And, if it's something that it's important that I talk about it with him, I'll say, we got to do this. And now's when I have the moment to do it. So we got to do this. If it is me talking about the minutia of all of the things that I get stressed out about my horse that honestly don't really matter, that one tail hair was out of place, I recognize that. We will probably talk about that later, and the words will start to come out. I'll recognize what I did, and then I say, you know what? You're right. Never mind. Do that later. So I'm trying to get better at not asking for that selflessness.
Too often,
yeah. Too often, yeah. Like it needs to matter.
All righty. So with that being said, before we move on down, one thing that I've heard is that we have to at least give each other the opportunity to communicate in the way that they need, understanding how your partners communicate and what they need versus just thinking about what you need. In order for the conversation to move the way you want to get the end result, right? Okay. So, Brother Carter, did you get anything out of that?
Hear you out.
As petty as I am.
Hear you out.
Okay, so I'm going to turn over, and I'm coming to, I got you, Aaron. I got you. I'm coming to Aaron. Aaron, I know you wanted to jump in here on that. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, because truthfully, Justin stole what I was going to say. But the idea of when you're communicating, keeping in mind who you're talking to and why, right? Because everything y'all are talking about, it's I do that with my best and my closest friends, right? But even then, I noticed that the way I'll talk with Ochenga and try to gauge and find those little monitors looks different from how I talk to Rachel, looks different from how I talk to all my other people. And so and even then it's sometimes on the outside looking in, it looks like, oh, isn't that patronizing? Or isn't that, not what it's supposed to be? But it's it works for those people. So I think it's just a good skill and a tool for all your relationships, honestly.
Right. Okay. Come on in here. I know you want to say something. Come on in, darling.
First thing that came to my mind when I was hearing the question was my siblings. I had to change my conversation. I had to change how I had to bring up a topic with them differently. It's different personalities. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. I love y'all. It's hard, but it's I'm walking on eggshells sometimes with one sibling. I can be straight blunt with the other one. One might not understand and we might start bickering. So I completely,
So how many siblings do you have?
So it's 5 of us in total. I have 4.
Okay. Yeah, because that's different because we both have one sibling. So you getting that practice early. And that's actually a good thing.
Yes.
We just had one person, my sister when we were young, she didn't like to talk to me. So I was supposed to be talking to myself.
She didn't like to talk to you. So then, God.
Another thing with communication, you got to look at history of having communication with individuals. Sometimes it's easier to have conversation with someone you're not familiar with versus the person you have history with.
And that's
because
scary.
Of those, because there's that history there. There's those certain words that's going to be said that's going to, I know you like to use the word trigger. So certain words that'll come out in the conversation that may trigger you from 1982. I'm just saying.
Or situations.
Right.
Yes, that's true.
And so now it's difficult to have this conversation because I was triggered by something you said. A hurt word, a word you said that hurted me.
And so then that
years
wall
ago.
went up.
Right.
Yes, that wall went up. That's good.
And so yeah, that's something that we have to be mindful about.
You know,
She
because
knows when you take that deep breath and your eyes are closed, like that, there's 1,000 words attached to that go right into her head, right? Like just little behaviors, because we've taught one another that when I do that, that means I'm shutting down and I'm not hearing anything else that you're saying. And that's gonna piss me off. Like,
and it's
All from
easier
a deep
for us to
breath.
do it with the closest ones to us versus
doing it
you
with
know,
strangers,
right.
because we don't want to show the stranger the dysfunction of us. We want to keep that good face on, but then you want to come home and regurgitate that on someone that you care about. And so you need to check that miss. I'm going to come back in. This conversation is so good, and I know that we're getting close to the top of the hour, but I really want to ask this question, and it's so important because I want to know, how can we create a safe place to open up a honest communication in a relationship? And the reason I'm asking that question, because relationships are not just about the marriage. We have couples up here, but I want to start with couples, and then I want us to also, as couples, give some hope to people that are out there single and that's in a dating relationship, and they may also have some toxic communication going on. So if I can turn to you first, Logan.
Yeah.
If you can take that question.
I think the core of communication is, one, knowing who you're speaking to and speak to them the way that you feel about them, right? So when you speak to your friends, your spouse, to people that you're close to, you have to speak with love. And I think that helps with communication, right? It'll be less friction if I don't talk to him like he's a stranger who cut me off in traffic. So it's like I have to remember that whatever he's saying to me, he's not saying it out of malice or that he doesn't love me or anything like that. So even with friendships, I mean, you're friends with these people. I would hope that you love them.
Yes.
So when you need to correct them or do anything, you need to speak to them with the tone of love. You know, so that's why I like to stick to, because like sometimes we'll be getting at it and I'll be like, wait, I actually love this man.
Yeah.
You gotta remind yourself.
About to say, when you get heated, you're like, I'm trying to make my point, but I'd be like, wait, he did go give me that water when I asked for it. Let me bring it. Let me bring it back and talk to him like somebody that I love. So
that's good.
Okay.
I think when you ask the question, how do you create the space to have that type of communication? Remember, I'm a details person, so here we go. I think back to how our relationship started. So we were dating for a little while, and then we got to a point where we were like, hey, I'm really for you. Like, I'm really for you. You're really for me. Like, let's really work towards this thing. And that's where we decided to, work towards get married, so on and so forth. So I think because of our foundation started strong, it started with, hey, we are here for each other. Then that kind of birthed the space to kind of form itself. So she knew coming in with as the relationship grew, any conversations that I had with her, based on our foundation, I'm not trying to hurt you.
Yes.
Like, I'm not trying to harm you. I'm not trying to do anything ill will. I really want the best for you. So if you're in a relationship now, or you are maybe single and you're trying to communicate well, make sure that the person that you're communicating with, that if this is the person that you want to be communicating with on a regular basis, that they understand your foundation and your best interest for them. And if they can understand that, then you can be able to effectively give them information that is going to be helpful to them, and hopefully they won't take it in a negative way.
That's real good. Okay, Justin, if the Longs can give us your feedback on that same question.
I think for me, like, self-awareness is a big important part of this. Like, I know that I am emotionally volatile, and that when I feel very passionately about something, I'm gonna come off strong and overbearing about it. And like Erica said earlier, a lot of times that can sound like an attack. I didn't know that for most of my life. You talk about something you need to know, like, you need to know how people perceive you. And so me learning to be self-aware when I am in my feelings, and trying to be aware of how her experiences in this conversation is an important part of that, because I respect my wife so much. I think we both give each other permission to be who we are 1,000%. So I don't have to hide who I am in my conversations with her, but I also try to be aware of who I am and what my tendencies are on the negative side of things, so that I am not making this a negative experience for her when I need to talk about something. But also just, we have that complete trust and openness with one another, that we're not going to judge one another over things, right? And I think there's so much fear in relationships where there's not good communication, because people are guarded and they're trying to protect themselves. But like, I don't need to protect myself from Erica, and she doesn't need to protect herself from me. Like, we, at the end of the day, we are a unit. We're a team, and neither of us ever forget that.
All right, that's good. Okay, brother. Thank you, Brother Carter. Same question. Are you?
Let me get your perspective.
I think probably one of the most important things that I got out of this conversation in this is that it's not always about what you need to get out. It's finding the right time to have that conversation. And then when you're articulating, you want to make sure that you don't know what that other person's day has been like and what they're going through. And so a lot of times, based off of what they're feeling or what's going on with them, they're going to react in their feelings, just like you're trying to react. So finding that time and that space that you both are present, so that you can have the conversation, so that you can. And I love the fact that you guys all are saying the same thing, that we really is the foundation of us after 40-some years. We love one another. And neither one is going to ever do or say anything that is going to intentionally, that's going to destroy that. And so the safe thing for me personally is that I know Lawrence loved me like he breathes. And so just like he need air, he needs Val. and I too need him. And that may sound
like a song?
No, it sounds like a song to you. It may sound arrogant, but that's my safe place, because I know that he loves me. And I know that I don't care how crazy things get. I don't care how tense they get. The bottom line, even when I come out of that place of me, he loves me. So that's what I want to say back to the people that are listening, is make sure that you're taking account for where that person is, and also learn their communication style. I think that's the one thing that I have to agree with. Lawrence came from a household where there was not a lot of conversation. And I came from it was a lot of conversation. It was always conversation, whether good or bad, loud or quiet, never quiet. And so my conversation style, I got to conversate. I got to have one, but I also have to learn to respect and understand that that's not his. What did you get out of it?
In having a conversation, I'm hearing the cracking again. In having a conversation, it's imperative that we give each other space, should I say, to both be heard. You know, when you're having a conversation and it's one-sided, that's not called a conversation.
Not a conversation.
You know, and so my thing is being sure that we give each other's room to both be heard, you know, and not be judgmental toward one person, the way they talk about a situation versus the next person, how they communicate through a situation. So it just comes down to just respecting each other, I think. You know, at the end of the day, just come down to just respecting and accepting individuals for who they are. You know,
just respecting other people.
You expected the individual when you knew I knew who you were 40 years ago. So why should I expect you to be something different? I didn't marry you because you were something different. I married you because of who you were.
Y'all heard it.
And
Don't act like y'all heard that. Y'all heard that. No, just teasing.
As difficult as it is sometimes. As difficult as it is sometimes, the reality is that, you know, I didn't marry her to change her. So and when I realized that I have to accept who she is, her background, all the baggage or whatever she came with, and I hope that you accept me.
I do.
You come with a lot of luggage. I just have a handbag.
Whatever.
I did want to point out what you said. That was real good. You said you married her because you married her because of who she is.
Yeah.
So you didn't marry her to try to change her. So I know many times in growing season, I just know me. I'll be like, you got to be more like this. You got to be more like this. I'm trying to portray how I am to her and how she should be. But the reason why I married her is because of the way that she is.
Yeah.
So I need to embrace her as who she is more instead of more so trying to change her. So
trying to make her be you.
Exactly.
Just remember that statement.
What stays here stays here.
It's on YouTube for all of time now.
Yes. All righty then. Well, we thank you guys so much for the feedback. We're gonna wrap this thing up, and we're gonna come for closing remarks. I'm gonna ask that you guys leave the people. We've had again another amazing showing and engagement of people. So I want to ask you guys to leave them with something, and then also what your experience was as usual on the Love and Victory show, and then let them know how to find you guys and where can they follow you at. And of course, if you don't mind, I'm going to start with the Longs first that are out of studio but in studio, and then I'll bring it in studio. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I would say that, well, first off, my first experience on this side of the camera with the Love and Victory show has been amazing and absolutely fabulous. So thank you guys very much for having me.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for having him for 37 episodes.
Maybe 100.
At least.
Who's counting?
No one, not him. He's just making it up. And I want to say that I think communication is why I feel like we've been successful in our relationship. And my closing remark would be to make sure that you set the ground rules when you don't need the ground rules. So those are something that you do ahead of time, not in the heat of the moment.
I love that.
And so, as a veterinarian, do you should have nonverbal listening type of skills dealing with animals all the time, correct?
Yeah,
you can tell what's wrong with an animal, even though they can't speak and tell you what's wrong. You can look at them and tell.
Yeah, and I use some of those on Justin. Horses in particular. They're very responsive
it's a really
to
good
our body
skill to have. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a real good skill to have. I think that Justin, she has some definite weapons in her arsenal that you don't have. So you may have had the therapy, but she has the listening and body language and just kind of reading there. Wow. Excellent.
Yeah, she clicker trained me, and I didn't even know it happened.
When you're having those conversations, are we on? When you're having those conversations, just look in his eyes like you do the horse.
Yes, real good. Okay, then.
Justin, anything to add to that?
I just think that having the utmost respect for your partner always at the base of your thought process when you're interacting with one another, especially when it's difficult, is really important. And for me, I've always had these ridiculous expectations of perfection, but for myself and everyone else. But allowing Erica to be imperfect and to love her warts and all has been a big important part of getting through some of those difficulties that are all in my head. Like, I'm inventing these things, but in the relationship it becomes real if it's in your head, right? So I think just having that love and respect for one another and allowing your partner to be who they are is the foundation of success.
All righty then. And I'm going to turn it over to Logan.
Last thoughts. Well, let me say this first. It's good to be back.
Oh, honey, yeah. We love having you.
It's been a long time. Yeah.
It's been a while, and I always enjoy myself whenever I come here. So, good times, good vibes, always, as always. But for closing remarks on the topic, listening is key. All the acronyms that were there, one that really stood out was empathy. and understanding that when people are trying to communicate with you, it's because they trust you with what they're communicating to you.
Yes.
So you should receive that with some type of love and, care to it. So when you respond back or try to internalize it, just be like, hey, just know that these people love you enough to
That they want
tell
to bring
them,
this to you.
Yeah.
yes, that they're personal things like that. So, always try to respond in a loving way.
Wow. And how can they find you? What do you do? Who are you besides Trae's wife?
And that really sound good what you just said, but it's not necessarily a reality in a lot of households.
It is not. Maybe you don't need to be in that household.
Bars drop.
It's just one of those things. Sometimes you can't control the people that's in your life, but the ones you can control, make sure that you're treating them accordingly.
Yes, 100%.
And as far as where you can find me, my husband will say that. He says it's so much better.
Oh, okay. See how we do it?
You can't find you. We got to find us. Huh?
Yeah, there you go. All right, then.
But I would say it's always great here on the show. Every time we get the email, it's like, oh, okay, well, let's do it. It's never I don't know. It's always, we always enjoy coming. They always treat us with many different things. But it's always great here. But just as far as this, I would say for me, being on the show, especially with Logan, is I get to see, because she internalizes a lot of things, I don't hear a lot of things that she's saying. So to hear her and expressing these things, it warms my heart, because I'm like, oh wow, okay, this is like I'm having aha moments. So I would just say, just continue to communicate and love your partner, your friends, your family, whoever it is, and really understand them to the fullest. Understand yourself to the fullest, because the only way that you can effectively communicate if you understand how you want to be communicated with. So I like how Justin was saying about the personality test. I've done that myself. I've dug deep into that as well. So I think that is very, very important. And make sure y'all getting these nuggets. Okay,
Come on,
they sharing all these nuggets. So
I love it. Okay, then I'm gonna turn to Brother Carter. What do you want to leave the people with?
I got a twitch or something going on right now. But anyway, it's important, I believe, to seek first to understand before you try to be understood. In other words, too many. Often we have in these relationships, we have everybody want to be heard versus having effective listening take place. So let's make sure that we take some time to understand individuals prior to being understood. And when you've been married a long time, you've been in a relationship a long time, that's my final remarks, that you often may have said some things that are contrary to what you really feel about an individual. You may have said some things that are very hurtful things to an individual. And you need to realize you said some hurtful things to the individual, and sometime in order to mend that relationship, you may have to go back and respond to those things that you have said that may have affected the other individual, the other part of yourself. You got to heal your whole body sometime, and sometimes you hurting because the other part of your body is hurting, which is your spouse. And so we have to get to a place where we understand that, I put in one of my letters to you that
beautiful.
My rib. I'm a complete person now, because I'm Adam and I got my rib back. So in order to get you understand that's your rib, you can't continue to hurt yourself when you hurt your spouse. So I ain't gonna preach on that. I ain't gonna preach to that.
I do have a question. You write letters?
He did. He did. It was beautiful. He wrote me a beautiful. It's framed.
Okay.
And we have it in our in the bathroom and on the wall.
Is it in bullet points?
In the living room.
In the living room. And so every time things kind of get a little, it's beautiful.
I know we had a couple things.
I think that's a great idea. I think we're gonna bring that letter up, and I'm gonna have him read.
It was a love note
It was
to
a
my
love
wife.
note to me.
Okay.
And when I tell you, it blessed my soul, and it still does, because he doesn't know how often I go back and I read it. Because sometimes you have to remind yourself, and it makes me want to cry that came up. You have to remind yourself how much love you have in your relationships. But sometimes you can get caught up in self and you feel like you're alone. But for a man to take the time to write his love out for you to see it. And wow. Oh, Lord, leave me alone. Let me go ahead and
I
close
was
this
asking for some notes. So I'm just trying to get some notes.
It's basically a reflection of where we started from and to where we are today.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. And so often, we get caught up in today, what's going on today. And, and we forget about yesterday.
Yeah.
So it's important to go back and remember where you started from sometime and just reflect on that.
Oh, baby.
All right, so time has been
let me go and close this thing out. If y'all don't know anything, communication is key. But I think the thing that stood out to me the most is that you have to, Justin said, you have to learn the communication style of your partner. So don't think that your communication style is the only one that's important in the conversation. So I think I'm going to take a page out of I've done a personality test for me, but I don't think we've ever done it as for a relationship. And I think that's a great idea. And so I think when we come back in here the next time we're back on, we're going to come back with the personality test and have a little discussion on how that turned out. So Kelsey, if you could, if you can book us where we can come back. We're going to do the personality test as a couple, and then we're going to come back and share and have a conversation on what that looks like. Are you guys game for that?
Personality test or an anxiety test?
It's like that. So how do you guys feel about that? Y'all think that'll be a good idea? I think that is a good idea, because if we're out here telling people what we think they need to do, we need to do it too. So
that's good.
Time is well spent. Yeah. Thank you for the thousands and billions of people that have viewed the show today. We love you. Thank you. God bless you.
And we'll see you next time.